Good morning, class. You are all welcome to today's teaching. I remain your sincerely, Mrs. Ayewale Alaba Adepeju. Today we shall be treating the third topic for this term, which is reproductive health. But before then, I'd like to do a quick recap of our last week topic, which is thermal energy 1 and 2. There we talk about heat flow and heat transfer. What is heat flow? Heat flow occurs when two objects of different temperatures are brought into contact with one another, thereby causing heat energy to flow from the hotter object to the colder one. E.g., when an iron rod is placed inside a burning fire, at a point, the temperature of the iron rod will be the same as that of the fire. At this stage, it is referred to as the thermal energy of equilibrium, that is, the state of thermal equilibrium. Then we also talked about heat transfer. Heat transfer is the process of transferring heat from a higher temperature reservoir to a lower temperature reservoir through three main bodies: conduction, convection, and radiation. And in measuring heat, we use joules. That is, the unit of measurement of heat energy is joule. For today's teaching, which is our third topic, we shall be looking at reproductive health under the subtopic breastfeeding. But firstly, let's see the objective of today's class. Firstly, you must be able to define what a reproductive health means. You should be able to state the importance of breastfeeding and also the importance of genetic counseling before marriage. And lastly, you must be able to mention the myths about breastfeeding. What is reproductive health? Reproductive health refers to the condition in male and female reproductive system during their life processes. That is, how the condition of your organs, especially the reproductive organs, are from birth till the old age. It is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being from puberty, during pregnancy, and after delivery to ensure that reproductive organs are in good health condition, especially in women. These processes include: 1, medical checkup to check or detect early if there is any infections or diseases in the body. That is, as we grow in life, we are supposed to visit our doctor for diagnosis in our body. That is, to check every systems and organ of their body to detect if there is any infection or diseases on time before it goes out of hand. Pregnant women are supposed to go to hospital once they are pregnant to attend antenatal classes, and this should be followed up by what is known as postnatal care. That is, after delivery, you're supposed to be visiting hospital. The doctors will check your reproductive organ if everything is perfect again. Then thirdly, we are supposed to be observing some health practices such as eating balanced diet, keeping the body and genital organ very clean, checking our breasts and testes for lumps, maintaining proper hygiene, especially during menstruation, and getting abnormal genital discharge checked at all times. Like I said earlier on, before we go to we get married, we are supposed to go for one counseling or the other, especially the ones that concerns science, which is what we refer to as genetic counseling. What is genetic counseling? Genetic counseling is an aspect of medicine in which health professionals help people to understand and adapt to the medical, psychological, and family implication of genetic conditions. A genetic counselor is the one that advises married couples or intending ones who are likely to face the risk of having children with genetic disorder or hereditary disease, e.g. sickle cell anemia, so that the carriers do not marry each other in future. Couples are also advised to go for right treatment so that their offspring are not affected at the long run. The purpose of genetic counseling helps people with family genetic disorder to make decisions about having children or not. It is also important for marriage purposes. Now, let's talk about breastfeeding, which is the sub-heading of today's teaching. What is breastfeeding? Breastfeeding is the process of feeding babies and young children with milk from a woman's breast. Health professionals recommend that breastfeeding begins within the first hour of a baby's life and continue as often and as much as the baby wants it. That is, as long as the baby asks for it, you should continue breastfeeding. It is also advised by the World Health Organization, WHO, that breastfeeding should be done for a minimum of 6 months exclusively, because its milk is better than the processed milk. Meaning that once the baby is born, from the first day the baby is born, you are supposed to give that baby breast milk for the next six months without adding water or any processed milk. Why? Why are we doing this? Why must you give your child breast for the next 6 months without water or any processed milk? That will bring us to what we refer to as importance of breastfeeding. What are the importance of breastfeeding? Number one, once a baby is born, immediately a baby is born, there's a secretion that comes from the woman's breast, which we all know to be cholesterol, and we believe it has antibodies which are rich in protein, and they are rich in protein, and it gives the baby a temporary immunity against any infectious diseases. Breast milk are always cheap and they are readily available. They have no risk of contamination. It provides ideal nutrition for our babies. That is, our breast milk contains all the required vitamins and minerals needed for baby's growth. It also helps to reduce illness and diseases risks in infants, that is, in children. It also promotes healthy weight. When you see a child that is being breastfed for a period of 6 months exclusively, and which has been introduced to a processed milk, you see the difference in their body weight and composition. Breast milk also makes children to be smart, especially when it comes to their brain. Their brain alertness is at the top tier. They are always ready. They think very fast. They think outside the box because they are being fed with breast milk from infants. Breast milk also helps mother to lose weight. Yes, it is very true. Once you are breastfeeding regularly and you want to go back to your shape, you will see that as long as you are breastfeeding your young one, your body weight will be reducing bit by bit till it comes to normal again. Breastfeeding also helps the uterus to contract. Yes, this helps the womb to move back to its original position. As you are breastfeeding, you'll be feeling it in your tummy that your uterus is contracting, and it will help the womb to move back to its original position. And lastly, breastfeeding also prevents menstruation. With this, I want to agree, because in some women, when they are breastfeeding, they don't menstruate. If they like, they should breastfeed their baby for a period of 2 years. They will not menstruate, but unlike other women, 2 months after delivery, they'll start seeing their menstruation. These and many more are the importance of breastfeeding. The World Health Organization has made it clear that a baby should be breastfed exclusively for the first 6 period of his life, after which we can introduce them to semi-solid food. But that does not mean that breastfeeding should stop. Breastfeeding should still continue at least for the next 2 years. That's the mother breastfeeding his son. What are the myths about breastfeeding? That is, the lies, superstition behind breastfeeding. What people will tell you when you are breastfeeding. Firstly, A woman who is breastfeeding a baby cannot be pregnant. It is a lie. I could remember when I was pregnant with my second daughter, I was still breastfeeding the first one and I got pregnant. So who is saying that when you are breastfeeding, you cannot be pregnant? It is a lie. Secondly, it is wrong to have sex when breastfeeding so that the baby does not suck sperm from the breast. What is the correlation between a man and a woman in breastfeeding? Is it the woman that is producing the sperm that is going to be sucked from the breast? No, it is pure superstition. You can have sex while you are breastfeeding. Thirdly, small breasts won't have enough milk. I've seen women with big breasts, yet their milk is not as much as those that have small breasts. So small breast does not mean that you will not provide enough milk for your baby to suck. Another myth is nipple pain is normal. It is a lie. When you are breastfeeding and you feel pain on your nipples, please visit your doctor for a proper evaluation. It might not be due to breastfeeding. It might be due to some natural causes like lumps or any other thing. So it is advised you visit your doctor once your nipples start paining you for proper evaluation. Lastly, babies should suck only from one breast at a time when you are feeding. No. When you are feeding your baby, you must give the baby the two breasts simultaneously. When you give her the right one, maybe for like 20 minutes, excuse me, you move to the second one for another 20 minutes. Sorry about that. If you are feeding your baby only on the side of the breast, you notice that the second side will become swollen and it will become painful. So it is advised that when you are breastfeeding your young ones, you should feed them on both breasts. With this, we have come to the end of today's class, which is reproductive system, under the subtopic breastfeeding. You can read more on this topic by going to the school website to download a comprehensive note for a proper understanding. And once you have downloaded it, please endeavor to write it in your note and attempt the assignment that follows and also submit via the school website. You can also get our recommended text, Basic Science for Junior Secondary School, Book 2 by G.O. Omotuyole. Thank you and have a wonderful day. See you in our next class. Bye.